That is Cobra Starship. It's the Kiss 105.3 Morning Show. Good morning, 7 o'clock. My name is Kevin, and last week we did round 2 of the Kiss 105.3 Morning Show. We were looking for a new co-host, so the Dream Job competition moved on to round 2. We got our top 40. The only problem was we weren't able to get a hold of you.
Oh, I know. I heard. I had flu, and there was all this stuff.
Was it swine flu? Because
it was not the swine flu. It's like this weirdo kid germ thing. My daughter's in daycare and stuff, and so it was like this thing that's called Fifth's disease. And you
got something that's called a disease.
It sounds worse than it really is. It's like gives you like a rash on your face, like slap cheek, they call it. It's like a little kid thing. But anyway, yeah, it sounds gross. It's really not that bad. It's basically like mild flu symptoms.
How old is your daughter?
She's 6.
Is that your only child?
That is my only child, yes.
Gotcha. So is she spreading this crazy disease all around the daycare or what?
I'm sure that that she obviously picked it up from somewhere. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's your name?
My name is Diana.
I noticed you spell it interestingly.
Yes.
Now, how do you spell your name? Let me see their sign there.
Okay, here's my sign.
It's Dhyana.
Yes.
And just your mother thought, your father thought, let's give her an interesting spelling on a traditional name.
Well, my parents were a product of like the late 60s, early 70s, and so unfortunately it's like that hippie movement thing kind of like lingering. And
so this has some sort of meaning somehow.
It does. It means meditation in Sanskrit or Hindu. And
wow.
So I'm like, I've got blonde hair and blue eyes. And
wow.
So that's been interesting to pull off, especially in Gainesville.
Yeah.
And then, the middle name is also an East Indian name.
What's your middle name?
It's Devi, which means goddess. So I'm like the goddess of meditation.
Oh, okay.
Louis.
Wow.
I know.
Your parents walk around barefoot and stuff like that?
Not anymore, but I don't know. I can't, I was little. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's kind of
I could tell you what happened. You just watched some documentaries on that era.
Right.
All right. So Eve sent us a letter, and you can help me out with this. We're gonna get to know you a little bit more in just a minute. But Eve sent me a letter. She said, "Should I spend Thanksgiving with my boyfriend, even though his parents don't like me?" And here's her letter. She says, "My boyfriend and I have been dating for 6 months, and a few weeks ago I met his family for the first time. Things didn't go well. I tried to be polite, but at one point they brought up politics and our views were completely opposite. They're also really protective of my boyfriend, the way they talk. It seems like no girl is good enough for him. My boyfriend says if I just spend more time with them, they'll like me better. So he invited me to their house for Thanksgiving. But I think Thanksgiving is a family holiday, and since they already don't like me, I'm worried that I'll just make things worse by being there. Should I go to his house for Thanksgiving or try to make a better impression on his family? Or will they dislike me even more because I'm intruding on their family holiday?" What do you think about this situation? What would you do?
Me personally, I would go in there and just kind of, be as friendly and outgoing as possible and try to kind of disarm them because I think people can smell fear. And if you go in there like kind of, oh no, if they don't like me, and kind of being awkward and that kind of thing, I think they're going to just play it up more and try to run her off.
So if you're timid about things, they'll be able to sense that, kind of like a dog.
Yeah.
You're calling.
She needs to mark her territory.
Yeah, his parents are dogs, like Dobermans, and they're waiting to just jump all over her and tear her to shreds.
I don't know. I mean, possibly. I haven't met these people, but it kind of seems like they've maybe run off previous girlfriends, or it seems like that's what she's afraid of. But so I don't know. I would just walk in there and try to be as friendly as possible, and eventually they either have to play along or, maybe it is awkward, but, they would at least have to force some friendliness her direction.
So you're going to the family holiday and you're bringing green bean casserole. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I would go.
Have you ever been in a situation where this has happened? I'm pulling up a chair right now.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, have a seat. Get comfortable.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you've dealt with this?
I personally haven't. I think that, I talk a lot and I'm kind of outgoing anyway. And I think people just, like me, or I've never had a boyfriend where the parents didn't like me. In fact, it was like maybe the opposite.
The parents liked you more than they liked their own child.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know.
My God, I can't believe you just said that.
Sure.
If it were me, though, I would think that she's onto something with leaving, the family thing alone for the moment. It sounds like she mouthed off Probably about the economic stimulus package or universal health care, the stuff that everybody's yapping about right now.
Right. Well, I was always told, there's topics that you don't bring up with new people. Politics and religion, it's a killer.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And so, they brought it up, but she should have just kept her yapper shut, especially when she's meeting them for the first time. So I think she needs to give them some time.
Yeah,
to
maybe
get over
do damage control or something.
Yeah.
Just lay low.
If it were me, I would stay away. I would stay away this Thanksgiving. She's going to have a miserable holiday.
Oh.
Don't you think?
Oh, probably.
But
I don't
say
know.
You would go and own it.
Yes.
6-month relationship.
Well, that's her boyfriend. I mean, yes, it's his family, but, they should be more tolerant. If he's bringing her and saying, hey, I like this girl, they need to back off.
I get it. Plus, in my opinion, her relationship was with him, not his mom. So, she needs to cultivate that first and make that a priority. Sounds like he's pretty understanding, but he's also pressuring her to come out there where she's going to be miserable. So, I don't know what to think about this.
Is it like an out of town? Like she has to stay there like 24 hours?
I don't know, but that would
if you
suck.
can get in for food and get out, maybe that wouldn't be so bad. But if it's like stay there, that can definitely linger on and be awkward.
Line 3, who's this?
Hello, this is Terry.
Hey, Terry. We're talking about Eve's letter. She doesn't know if she should spend Thanksgiving with her boyfriend. His parents apparently got a nasty taste in their mouth first time she met them.
Yeah, and I think that if it's in town, maybe she should just go for, dessert and drop in, bring some flowers, kind of mend some fences. But I think she's right to stay the whole thing. It's a family day, and maybe they would, respect the fact that she didn't want to intrude the whole day.
Yeah. I mean,
kind of get your foot in there.
With my family, we've all done that at various intervals. It's so awkward for everybody, because
exactly.
My family, that we like to do very uncouth things when we're together. We do. I mean, we make snide jokes, we scratch and fart, and when you have a guest in there that's not really a part of the inner sanctum, it just sort of screws everything up.
You have to hold it in.
Yeah.
I appreciate your call, Terry. Kiss 105.3. Good morning. Who's this?
Renee.
Hey, Renee. What's going on?
I think she should go. Her boyfriend invited her. Her boyfriend wants her there. I think she should go, but you don't discuss politics and religion with family members, whether they're your own or they're your significant other.
Yes. Well, that brings up a good question. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I was just kidding with you. Thank you. Kiss 105.3. Good morning. Hello.
Oh, hi. This is Grace. I think if she doesn't go, they're going to talk bad about her anyway, so she should go.
Oh, just so she knows what kind of crap they're up to.
Well, no, I think it would be like, oh, well, she was invited and she didn't show up, so you see she doesn't fit in. And so I really think that she should go and be gracious and probably even apologize for discussing politics.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of rude, and you just don't bring up that kind of stuff. That's how I survived with my in-laws for all this time. So
you just avoided the whole thing.
You just avoid it. You smile and nod and say, that's a very interesting point of view.
Yeah, and they won't see the sarcasm there. I appreciate your call. Well, and it looks like everybody's agreeing with you. I mean, it looks like pretty much every call that we've gotten, these ladies are saying, own it, go!
Go, yeah, definitely go.
All right. Okay, well, I guess...
I don't know if I would apologize, though, for, having a different point of view, because it's then, I don't know. I just wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I think it brings it up again. It, opens that wound and, starts it all over.
You got it. Well, I appreciate you coming in this morning. Now, I want to ask you a couple more questions.
Certainly.
How old are you?
Oh, come on.
Come on, you got to tell me.
Okay, I'm 36.
36?
Yes.
You're very youthful.
Ooh, thank you.
I thought you were in your early 20s.
Yay, I'll take it.
I know. My wife she's 11 years older than me.
I've heard.
And she looks younger than me.
Well, that's awesome. More power to her.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Hopefully I'll get to meet her.
Yeah, well, I hope so too. And so you're 36. Do you have a job right now?
I do have a job right now. Actually, I talk to people for a living, so
What does that mean?
Well, I kind of do relationship advice and stuff. People will call with an email, just like we went over, and I'll kind of give them advice on what they should or shouldn't do. So it's kind of an interesting thing. But I've always been in a field where I'm talking, and before that I was a manicurist, and so people would break a nail when they'd fight with their boyfriend and come in and yak about it. So that's pretty much what I've been doing is.
So you're willing to give up? You're willing to give up your talking job for another talking job?
I wouldn't have to, actually. I could multitask.
Ah, you think so? This is a full-time gig.
I wouldn't be doing that here. But, after I leave here, I can still keep up, those people that are used to relying on me for my sage wisdom.
Your sage wisdom. Yes. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in. And we'll be putting your picture and the audio from this break on the website, and people can vote for you at kiss1053.com.
Yes,
there she is,
our
40th person. And we missed her
horse.
last week, so I'm glad. Are you the one with I ate a bad chalupa?
That is me. I ate a bad chalupa. It's actually a funny story. It was a bad date, and I didn't want to put I dated a bad chalupa, so I changed it a little, made it a little shorter because it's a long email anyway. Yeah. Some guy took you to Taco Bell on a date. Oh, gosh. It was, worse than that. But, yeah, he was dropping, he ordered a chalupa, and he's like, do you want anything? And because his car broke, and I had to drive. And then it was, 5 minutes to get to the movies. And he's like, hey, Taco Bell, can we pull in there? He orders his chalupa and his drink. They total him out, and he's like, were you going to get anything for yourself? I'm like, no, because we only have 4 minutes to drive to the theater. And if I hadn't wanted to see that movie so bad, I probably would have just said, forget it.
We are